Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Guru Charitra, Chapter 42. Sri Guru narrated the significance of Anantavrat to Sayamdev. He said, Dharmaraj, the son of Pandu, did this vrat. He regained his kingdom, which was lost to the Kauravas. After losing the kingdom, the Pandavas were living in the forest with great sufferings. Kauravas sent Durvas to the Pandavas for harassing them even in the forest. Sri Krishna, protector of his devotees, assisted Pandavas in difficulties. Once Draupadi and the five Pandavas bowed to Sri Krishna and asked, How shall we be relieved from this Vanavas? Sri Krishna advised to do the Anantavrat. Sri Krishna said, Ananta should be worshipped on Bhadrapada Shuddha Chaturdashi. I will tell you details regarding this vrat. In the Krita Yuga, there lived a Brahmin named Sumantu of the Vasishtha Gotra. Diksha was his devoted wife. She begot a daughter named Shushila. Later, Diksha died. In order to continue the Grihastha rites, Sumant married Karkasha, who used to quarrel with her husband and stepdaughter every now and then. Due to this, Sumantu was always dejected. As Sushila grew, she became fit for marriage. One day, Kaundinya Rishi came to Sumantu. Sumantu performed Kaundinya and Sushila's marriage. In Ashada and Shravana months, Sushila and Kaundinya lived with Sumantu. But Karkasha quarreled with Sushila daily. So Kaundinya requested Sumantu to allow him to go to home. Sumantu felt very sorry, as his only daughter would be going away. He said, This is not my wife, but she is my enemy. Now my daughter will go away. I will have no peace. The home is like a forest. Kaundinya consoled him. Due to his persuasion, he agreed to stay for 12 more days. On the 13th day, Sumantu asked his wife to prepare delicious food for his daughter and son in law. As they were departing, Karkasha entered the inner room, shut the door, and placed stones against the door so that it should not be opened easily. At last, Sumantu gave wheat bag to Sushila and bid them goodbye. Next morning, they reached a river. Kaundinya got down from the chariot and went to the river for bath and rituals. Sushila saw that many females wearing red silk saris had gathered in the sand and they were worshipping some god. Sushila went to them and inquired what they are doing. The females replied, We are worshipping Ananta. By doing this vrat, all the desires are fulfilled. Sushila took instructions from them, red string to her hand, and prepared Ananta and Shesh with darbas and worshipped Ananta with 16 upacharas. Then she tied the Ananta on her wrist. Once, when they were sitting, Kaundinya observed the red string on the wrist of Sushila. He asked angrily, Did you tie this red string to keep me under your thumb? She said, This is Anant, by whose favor we got this kingdom and prosperity. Hearing this, Kaundinya took the string by force and threw it into fire. He remarked that it is due to my penance that this kingdom is obtained by us. Sushila was very dejected. She hastened to take out the Ananta from fire and put it in milk. But due to this, the Ananta was enraged. The kingdom and all their glory was destroyed in no time, and Kaundinya became a pauper. Kaundinya now repented and resolved that so long as he would not see Anant, he would neither drink or eat. Having resolved, he started with Sushila and went into a forest. He saw a tree laden with fruits, but no bird touched its fruits. Kaundinya asked the tree if it had seen Anant. The tree said, I have not seen Anant, but if you see, please speak to him about me. Further, he saw a cow and calf. They were trying to eat grass, but they could not do so. Then he saw a big bull. Further, he saw two lakes. The goose and the other birds did not drink the water in the lake. Later, he came across an elephant and an ass who could not speak. Kaundinya had asked all if they had seen Anant. They all denied but said if he saw Anant, he could speak to Anant regarding each of them. At last, Kaundinya was tired of walking and he lay down on the ground. In the meantime, an old Brahmin came there and inquired about him. Knowing the cause of his worry, he said, I shall show you Anant. Come with me. Kaundinya followed him and saw a fine city. Brahmin seated Kaundinya on the throne of precious stones and appeared before him in his real form. Seeing this, Kaundinya was amazed and he bowed to Sri Ananta and began to praise him. Sri Ananta was pleased and gave him three boons. By the first, he attained Dharma. By the second, his poverty was destroyed. And by the third, he got abode in Vaikuntha. Kaundinya referred to the tree, the cow with the calf, the bull, the two lakes, elephant, ass, and the old Brahmin. Sri Ananta said, the tree laden with fruits was a Brahmin who was proud of his learning and did not teach his students. Hence he became a tree. The cow had given an infertile land to a Brahmin in charity. The bull was a rich Brahmin who did not give in charity to anyone. The two lakhs were two sisters who exchanged charity among themselves. The elephant is your anger, and the ass is your vanity. The old Brahmin you met was myself. Whomsoever you have seen are all now liberated. After receiving the blessings of Sri Ananta, Kaundinya lived as a ruler for many years and in the end went to heaven. Sri Krishna told this to Yudhishthira, who then worshipped Ananta with devotion. Sri Guru told this to Sayamdev and asked him to let his elder son Nagnad to do Ananta Puja. Sayamdev did as advised, arranged grand Samaradhana and dined with Sri Guru. Sayamdev then returned to his place, kept the family there, and he alone returned to Sri Guru to serve him. In this way, your forefathers attained the favor of Sri Guru. Thus, chapter 42 completed. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.